Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 94. On today's episode, we're going to be giving you our post-match reaction to the Barcelona versus Valencia game. Guys, what a huge win. Let me just show you this right now. Look at this beauty. Look at this absolute beauty from the top. Do you see this?
Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous.
Alex, tell me how many points separate us from Real Madrid. Tell us.
I'm no mathematician, but I think that's 9.
That's 9. You are right. That is 9 points, guys. Guys, Real Madrid draw points away at Real Betis. 0-0 draw. They just couldn't score. And we said this before in the match preview. This is a good opportunity for Barcelona to get the win. If we get the win, we can secure because going away to Real Betis is not an easy match at all. It's always a tough stadium to play at. And we got the job done. We're going to go in depth into the game. But before we start the episode, guys, remember I posted a link on Twitter. If any of you guys want to join and hop into the discussion, always feel free to. Guys, remember to like, subscribe, and comment. But huge win, absolutely huge win. Barcelona needed that. Towards the end, it got very nervy. Barcelona going down to 10 men, it didn't help. And with the penalty from Ferran Torres, that increased the nerves because what should have been a very comfortable game turned out to be very nervy towards the end. But Alex, how are you feeling after that game? What were your thoughts? Talk to me.
Well, I yesterday I predicted Rafinha and Ferran to make the game 2-0. So had I bet money on it, I would have been very upset today with the missed pen. But in all seriousness, I feel great. It was an extremely tough game, a very nervous performance. I think, excuse me, I think the first half it was good, but then the second half it was, I think we controlled mainly in the first half. We had a good run, and we saw Rafinha's goal. What a great ball by Busquets and Rafinha, showing up when we need him once again with the header. I think he's been class since January, ever since the World Cup. I remember when he got some criticism for his form.
Yeah, towards the start of the season, like he wasn't
exactly.
starting.
No, yeah. and even to the mid season, but I think he's really picked up, and he gave us the winner today. Like I said, it was a very tough game for us. The red card didn't make it any better.
Yeah, I mean, you have to basically bring down the man in that situation.
Bro, no, I mean, Araujo did what was right. I was just saying, I think a lack of concentration from Conde.
Yeah, passes it back, like heads the ball back in a tough situation, puts it out in a very difficult situation.
Araujo did what he had to do. He took off for the team, and it just shows his class. I generally see him as a future captain of that team.
Yeah, absolute monster in the back.
He was just solid today. He gave a great performance, I believe. It's just I think overall I felt good today. We saw a good cameo from De Jong, from Busquets as always. I really liked. I actually really enjoyed Ansu Fati's performance today. I know it wasn't great, but he has some moments where I said, you know what, he's not doing bad. Like I remember shortly after the penalty, he had this shot that hit the post.
Exactly.
And you can see that he's hungry to get back into form, hungry to score. And I think he just wants to shut up all the haters, and I'm with him on that. Tell him that he's falling off, all of that crap. But overall, I think it was a good game. It shouldn't have been as difficult as it was. Like you said, I think Ferran Torres almost dug us in a hole that we couldn't get out of. And I say Ferran Torres because if you're given the opportunity to take a penalty, it's basically it's the closest you can get to getting ahead in the game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you have to score goals, so it is what it is. Hopefully, this doesn't affect his form and his confidence going forward. I say next time, no let Ansu Fati take it.
No Ansu Fati?
Yeah, I would have let him take it. Get him a goal.
Well, I actually instead I would put Kessie because he's our best penalty taker on that team. When you look at his record, his record is really impressive for the amount of penalties that he's taken. I believe he was Milan's primary penalty taker. But I do understand Ferran Torres being the penalty taker. I would have liked to see Ansu kick it just because he needed that confidence boost.
Yeah,
he needed that confidence boost. He was desperate and I don't think the game today was bad from Ansu Fati, but the expectations and weight on Ansu Fati is different to that any other player.
Well, no, of course, he's playing the number 10 for Barcelona.
Exactly.
You understand at such a young age doing that, it's crazy. But
yeah,
I think we can be so, and I've said this before, we can't be so quick to hate on him. He's only what, 19, 20?
Yeah, exactly. It's true. Um, he's still very young, and we still have to support him. It's not easy transition. But this was the lineup that Barcelona started. Ter Stegen back starting. You have Frankie De Jong, Busquets, Sergio Roberto, Kessie being rested in that first half. He later came on in the second to replace Frankie De Jong. And up top, you had Fati, Torres, and Rafinha. Basically, the lineup that we predicted, with the exception of Sergio Roberto in midfield. Now, I thought, as you said, that the first half was much better than the second. I would say that mainly is because De Jong was playing in that first half. In the second half, he came off. Um, I don't know if it was fatigue. After the game, it was said it was due to a technical decision, but at the same time, I do feel that Frankie De Jong has been getting a lot of minutes so far. He's been playing a lot of football lately. He hasn't been given a rest.
Yeah, he's
And
one of the main engines of the team.
yeah, exactly. He's one of the main engines of the team, and he's so vital. That's why I think is why Xavi wanted to rest in the day. But at the same time, the game wasn't over. The game wasn't over. The game still needed to be won. Um, but I thought he played very good. And up top, I thought all three played good. I thought Ferran Torres showed some moments of his brilliances where his movement, even though like he missed the penalty, yes, and some of his actions were poor, I thought his overall play was good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, he had a decent game,
yeah,
barring the penalty.
yeah, barring the penalty. I thought Rafinha clutch goal, like as you said after the World Cup break, fantastic.
He just shows
Um,
up, right? He may not have the best performances,
exactly.
but when we need him, he's there.
Yeah, exactly. He's there. And Ansu Fati, yeah, it's tough because when you look at his performance overall, you can see yes, he has a couple of goal scoring opportunities. He hit the post after that penalty miss, but then when you're a 10 for Barcelona, you Ansu Fati is expected to be very important, and he basically determines the games how they're going to end by himself. That's the expectation that's put on him, and he hasn't been living up to that expectation. And it's really worrying because, for example, if he's on high wages at the moment because we expect so much from him, what happens if he doesn't live up to it?
Right.
Because this season has been poor from him, even though and the thing is, what worries me is that Xavi is giving him confidence. He is playing minutes, just he isn't impressing, and so it's very worrying. I thought Busquets rolled back the years. He was playing some very good football, controlling. I think Sergio Roberto didn't put step wrong. And when you look at the back on the back line as a whole, I thought the worst performer in that back line was Kunde, just giving away that silly error to give Araujo the decision to foul the player to get that red card.
And
I
I think considering the final result, that was the right decision to make. I know it's hard to
completely.
say because we don't have him next game, but it had to
Mhm.
be done.
Completely. And then in the second half, Frankie Young comes off with Kessie. I thought Kessie had a horrible game when he came on. I thought Kessie was giving away every single ball. He wasn't giving the right passes. And then I want to know your opinion on this. But do you believe that action towards the end of the game was that a penalty for you? Because I understand if some people say yes, that's a penalty, and I understand some people say, hey, no, that's not a penalty.
The reason why I don't think it was a penalty is because I think I forgot what player it was that was fouled or the player that went down, but
Yeah,
I feel like he went down too easily, right? Like he was expecting the contact.
expecting the content.
Yeah, like no, I feel like the referee thought, hey, like he knew he was gonna like probably get some contact, so he just
Well,
went
it's
down.
it's difficult because like there is an angle that shows like, hey, he gets the ball, but there's another angle that says that shows like he doesn't get the ball. Um, but that's I would understand if it's given as a penalty. Just I think it's a very harsh penalty to give. Luckily, it wasn't given as a penalty, and that means that we get the full 3 points. Because if Barcelona drew and Real Madrid drew it, that would have been a huge blow for us.
Mm.
And now our next game is against Atletico Bilbao away from home. That's going to be a very tough game at the San Mamés, facing Ernesto Valverde's side without Rajo. That's going to be very tough.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, but even though it will be tough, I can see us preparing for that game in a number of ways. I can see Conde being the center back with Christensen and just playing Sergio Roberto right back.
Sergio
Um,
with the right back.
and then
Okay.
yeah, I will Gabi be good by that game?
Gavi will be back. Gavi will be
Right.
back.
So then you can just run the 3-man midfield and run the same up top.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, overall, listen, I think if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If we're winning games, you can't really ask for much more. Yes, I think a big part of our game that sets us back is sometimes we don't, our finishing isn't the best. We don't always. Um, I mean, and it's hard to say too. You can't look at the expected goals and at the actual goals and say, well, okay, yeah, we're doing poorly. I mean, it's a ball possession team. When you're getting that many chances, you're not always going to score. But I think given the quality we have and the way we should be playing, yeah, we need to be scoring more. And I think that's a big part of our game that we got to develop. But other than that, sometimes yeah, defensively we give up the ball. Playing from the back, tiki taka is a very hard style of football to get good at and to execute properly. You need every player to be making the right passes, getting to the
Yeah.
right space. But I think this team is still growing. There's still a lot that we're not considering. This team has only been at this level for a season now. Um, and yes, without considering Europe, I think the team has had a great season so far. And we
Well,
keep asking for more, but I think the team has been performing
yeah.
appropriately.
Well, we are on track for a domestic treble, and if we win all three trophies, I think that'll be a fantastic season.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
Hey,
think just winning. Excuse me. I think just winning two, right? Just winning the league
yeah, uh-huh.
and
Exactly.
winning the Super Cup. I think that's enough. But obviously, there's no such thing as enough. You gotta be hungry for everything,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
You
We
gotta
have to
want
be
to win
hungry.
it all.
Mm-hmm. We have to win it all. But Alex, but before we round off the episode, what was your match rating and MVP for this game?
I'm gonna give the match an 8,
An
just
eight.
because yes, we won vital 3 points. And we were good under pressure.
Good under
Considering we went
pressure.
a man down. But I have to give it an 8. I can't give it any higher because a lot of missed chances,
Yeah.
missed penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I don't know. It's I thought the game could have been a lot better. It's just one of those things, right? I think also if we are to look at it defensively, we were solid, especially at the end. Marcos Alonso came in, he put in a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Eric Garcia. They did what they had to
Yeah.
do. And yeah, Cassie almost gave away a penalty.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It was tough. It was tough.
But
It gave me a
listen,
heart attack.
that could have been a 50-50. I thought they went the right way because the player was expecting the contact. And then you saw the player didn't keep bothering him about it. Yes, that could have been maybe the fact that they were looking for the goal anyway. But I think he also knew, yeah, I kind of went down quickly. But be that as it may, we got it's not the craziest decision ever made. And we've had some pretty bad ones made against us. So I'll
Yeah.
take it either way. And yeah, if I have to give a man of the match, I would probably have to give it to. I'll give it to Rafinha today. Rafinha or Christensen, because Christensen also did have a good game.
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, I'll just go Rafinha. Now that I think about it, probably
Yeah.
be Rafinha de Jong, but
Mm.
I'll give the man of the match to Rafinha.
The actual player who got the MVP
Was
was
Busquets, right?
was Busquets
Right.
who gave the assist for that first goal, who played in the 90 minutes. Wow, a
No,
really
no,
good game.
Busquets too. He's another one, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he played a really good game. I would give the same match rating, as you said. Just I wouldn't give it any higher, just because Barcelona did drop the ball in the second half. They didn't finish the game off in that first half when they should have, and even though, for example, Barcelona did defend really good towards that second half with 10 men, it's still a situation that you shouldn't have been put in.
Right.
You should have finished the game off earlier. But I would actually give the man of the match to Araujo. I thought that
Araujo.
action,
That's another
Araujo,
one, yeah.
Araujo basically bringing down the Valencia player through on goal, I think that's taking one from the team, knowing that, hey, this Valencia team is, even though they're not in the greatest run of form, they're going through a very rough season. It's not going to be easy breaking them down if they equalize. And so taking one for the team, making it very difficult, I think that just basically saved us. And who knows, these are the type of games that basically give you titles, and just keep winning and winning and winning these type of
Exactly.
games. We're edging ever closer to that La Liga title. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. We got some huge 3 points to basically to extend the league at the top of La Liga to 9 points. Let us know in the comments what you make of this game. Did you like Barcelona's performance? What do you want to see in the next performance? Just overall, what were your thoughts and comments on the game? And as always, guys, I post a link on Twitter. If you guys want to join and give your thoughts and discuss with us, always feel free and welcome to. But guys, that was it for tonight's episode. As always, subscribe and comment. We'll see you guys all on the next episode.